Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Dark Cloud 2. Different recording session from the other stuff. I managed to find some time. Anywho, we're at the peak of Mount Gundor, and while I'm sure we're probably going to have to do some building first, there's probably going to be a cutscene or something. Or not? I'm probably going to need a picture of that. Fire Squall. Should also be mentioned, I made a new energy pack for the ride pod, and we also got the propeller thing. It's not as fast as the tires, but I have more control over it, because it can stop on pretty much a dime. It feels like it can only go in 8 directions, though, and it keeps wanting to turn to another direction, so it's like... it's not ideal for going straight. Like, I'm just holding the stick forwards, and he's turning other directions. So, the controls are still wonky. But because I can stop short, I don't run straight into enemies sometimes. It's a lot more effective. We leveled up the armor on it quite a bit. I also got that bandit armband thing broken down. And we put that in the stuff too. We have to find something that can destroy this. Okay, so I guess there's actually no event at the moment. Gonna have to go back to town, do some building, keep doing some checking. I guess we'll go do that now. Alright, we're just gonna have to see what sticks. I had to make a million trips back to the train and do lots of other stuff, but, we needed a windmill, we needed 10 pots placed, we needed a house with a crane, and a house with a power arm constructor thing. The houses need chimneys, we needed at least 3 placed. I tried to put more than 4 so that we could get more culture points, but... it didn't really work out, so I stuck as much stuff on each of the houses as I could, and I figured since this was the construction thing, they could keep lots of tools and stuff in these. You can actually walk around to the back of the house. And I figured they'd all be close together because they're workshopping and stuff. There's a geothermal energy plant thing. Cedric is living in this house. Eric's living in that one. Borneo is living in that one. So we've got both of the people that worked on the train living here. And sadly enough, Cedric also lives here. Like, when you consider how old he is, too, like, that really sucks. Like, he's so close to Max as his mentor, but I mean, I guess if you don't bring him with you to the future, this happens all the time, but... I don't know, just the thought of leaving him here and him living out his life until he dies and then stuff going on up until the point so that we can get to the future, that always just kind of made me a little sad. But, we got 70%. Hopefully that's not a problem. We got all kinds of requirements done, even some that we couldn't see yet because I knew the 3 people that needed to live here. There might be more. I didn't actually look anything up this time. But we need to destroy the Fire Squall, because it says if we go to the future, these things might just burn down. Which means we might lose the stuff, but I'm assuming if we come back to the past, it hasn't burned down yet. And even if it does, I mean, we've got lots of money. So if we just check the future... there should be chests everywhere.
So this is the Great Workshop.
Yes, Gundorado Workshop. The name is taken from Mount Gundor and the village below it, Heimrada. Pasnos, the mobile stronghold of our rebel army, was once built here.
Wow, that's something.
Let's go to the 2nd floor.
Yeah, okay.
Man, you think how hard it would be to make a fortress just with those grabby arms? Which reminds me, pictures of the grabby arms. Yes. So this place is so big, there's actually teleporter pads, but I have to run all the way around here just to make sure we don't miss any chests, because we just went from like 0% completion to 70. So I'll be right back. It helps a lot to have this stuff early, but one of the reasons that I like going so far is because even if you meet these requirements, they don't show up until you complete specific floors in the dungeon. Which means, just because you did that doesn't mean that it's actually unlocked yet. And especially considering the size of the area, not having to do this too many more times, it would be preferable. Just because of how long it's going to take me to do one full circuit. Like, we haven't even gone through here once. And this place has 3 floors. I gotta do this 3 more times each time we do this. First floor sweep is complete. We're going to the 2nd floor. So metal.
Who are you?
And you must be Garrick, the plant manager. I'm Monica.
I'm Maximilian. Nice to meet you.
The origin point of this workshop was erased. We're in the middle of trying to bring it back.
A little more than the middle.
Ah, so that's what happened, is it? Everything changed so suddenly I had no idea what was going on. So do you think you'll be able to restore the workshop?
Well, there's a problem. They're trying to put a stop to our building by raining embers down on Heimrata.
Raining embers? That's probably the Fire Squall.
The Fire Squall?
Yes, in the beginning they tried to destroy the workshop directly using that device.
The workshop itself?
The Fire Squall is a terrifying device that takes energy from the volcano and turns it into a boiling hot rain that burns up man-made things.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it would work on metal and stuff, because the metal and stuff we have didn't burn.
We were able to protect the workshop by destroying the device in the volcano's crater.
I guess their scheme failed, so they decided to set up the Fire Squall in the past and prevent the workshop from ever existing.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened.
So we have to take out the Fire Squall in the past as well, right?
That's right. I think the device is probably near the crater at the top of the volcano. Use this.
You obtained Time Bomb.
Use it to blow up the Fire Squall. Make sure they don't find it before it goes off.
Okay, I got you. Thanks, Garrick.
See you. Good luck.
Have a problem? Blow it up. Alright, so our adventures this time yielded 5 Fruits of Eden, 3 potato pies, and 2 witch parfaits because I got one of each of the defense items on the first trip there at 0%. So Monica Max, Monica Max, Monica. Puts them both at 144. And these always increase by 4, so Max is going to have one more. Because we've gotten one less witch parfait so far, but I'm sure it'll balance out.
That's it!
So that's what's causing our fiery rain problem. Let's hurry up and destroy it.
All right.
We actually already saw it once before, though. You guys should remember that. But apparently they don't. That's fine. Apparently the only scoop here was this. Unless maybe we missed the battleship and we could take that again, but we did get it. So not too relevant. I just went and looked up what all the scoops were for the rest of this chapter. Because you can miss those forever. And that is something that I hate doing.
Right. It's set. Get clear.
And so the building was to be fine again.
Oh, yeah! It worked!
I wonder how long it took them to make that. I feel bad for the amount of wasted energy, even though they are evil.
That should stop the fire rain problem.
Flying battleship, the Death Ark.
Look who decided to show up! Gaspard!
So, you wiped out the Fire Squall, you repugnant little devils. Now it's time for you to die!
Only 2 machine guns. Oh, okay, there's room for 4.
No use. My magic won't reach at this distance. Max, use your ride pod.
We can do that.
I'll wait for my chance and try to get on the ship.
Okay, let's do it.
Wait, should I take a picture of this again? Would it be different? We already had that. Okay. So can I just keep moving in one direction? Like, this thing's mobility sucks, but when you're locked onto something, it's pretty great. Like, the strafing feels good, man. Everything else... Are they not hitting? Oh, we're actually too far away. Okay. I didn't think that would be that much of a problem. We're just wasting durability at this point. I mean, we're also wasting their ammo, but I imagine they have quite the infinite amount. So I'm supposed to follow this thing around? Or is it just spinning to attack me? It's cool that you can see them actually slowly coming at you. Okay, yeah, so we need to move to the other part of the canyon. They're actually trying to fly away from us. It's pretty impressive, though. With all that... that only did 13, and we have 200. I mean, I know we slowly tick down like we have poison on or whatever. But our ride pod, at least in terms of defense, is pretty strong. I wish we could level up the weapons and stuff, but this is really it. Until we get to the point where we get more pictures, like 6 and 7 are where you can really ball out of control, but that's it. We gotta advance more.
Damn you, you little brats. Just how did you?
Gaspard, you won't slither away from me this time.
There's plenty more where that came from, girl.
Okay, he punched her. He didn't stab her.
What? We're falling.
They're falling.
Monica!
Can we see down there? We actually have to do the rest of the progression with just Max. Honestly, a lot of the enemies are weaker to slashing than they are to hammers. So we're actually a little worse off. But, oh, wait. Oh, this is it. I was like, how are we supposed to do that? There's even a sign that says go down, even though there's no words on it. So now we're descending to the base of the volcano. Advance to next floor. Wait, did we need a picture of the destroyed thing? I'll go back and check. There was, in fact, no pictures to be had. I wonder what Spheda would be like in here. Oh, I just screwed up the challenge. I just thought about it. It said use the ride pod to kill everything. And we failed immediately because of my desire to shoot things. That's okay. It's easy enough to do. Oh, and there's the geostone. So now I don't ever have to dismount from the ride pod again. If only I'd killed that bat with it. Oh, it's the Alexander guys. Blocking was a real problem in the last game. Thankfully, they only block like an attack or two now. I mean, they can kind of spam it, but you can at least get a hit in between. Before, they would just hold their guard up and then instantly be halfway done with an attack. I noticed that a lot in the first game. I was like, how in the what did you do that? That's not how momentum works. But then we lived in one. But that's because it would... They put limits on how strong you could be. As evidenced by our power difference in this game. Chimera? I always called them chimeras. Apparently it's Chimera. You got the rope, so I guess that means we can leave. Naturally, not before we murderize everything. But new enemies typically means more abs. Like... Are they more than 100? That'd be pretty sweet. It's always Mimic for some reason. Because, like, the King Mimics here, the Mimics in this floor, like in this dungeon, The regular mimics and the king mimics give way more than the other dungeons. They're always, like, savagely behind. Not here. Alexander is 106. Fire gun drones are 100? Why are the fire gun drones 100? The others are like 70. Lava golems 104. The chimera is 98. So yeah, they're all at about 100. Maybe a little over. Which gets doubled in the ride pod. We currently need about 2,000 to buy an armor upgrade. But I mean, we're at 52 out of 84. And that 84 is the last 84 as far as I'm aware, because Cedric does not sell us any more upgrades. And I'm pretty sure that I saw that you get all the upgrades from him. So I'm pretty sure we have the best core in the game. So our armor won't be able to go up more than that unless we get better, what's it called? Like a better body. Which there are a few, I imagine. I don't actually know which one's the best. But I've seen a list of them. No problem. Man, it must be so hot in here. At least there's like a fan propelling us up. I wonder if that... Nah, that probably throws the air down. I don't imagine that makes it too much cooler then. I would just burn to death and die. You got more flame stones! It's gonna be really hard to do those floors where it's just like, kill everything with items. Because it's like, some of these enemies are tanky and they don't scale with us. I can only bring so many improved bombs. I guess you'd have to just bring tons of the materials to make bombs on you and then invent them while you're in the dungeon to keep it so that you keep making more. I mean, Eric can only make 6 every so often. And there is a final bomb after those, but you can only hold 10 of those ones. Right, the bats. These guys probably give a lot less. Could I get crystal? Those aren't even really worth much anymore. Like, especially since... I gotta repair now. We could just buy them. And even then, like... just getting other weapons and breaking them down and putting them in, while they did nerf it pretty hard, it's like 20% instead of 60 like everything else. It's still a lot better. Just like saving them point-wise, because the durability goes up too. I think durability is like the only stat that actually caps at 99. With future weapons, you can go way above. Like, we got a medal. You can place Fada. Huh, should I move Monica there? I don't know that that's possible, game. Oh my god, it's another one of those. What they end up doing is they're like, hey look, it's right next to the thing, but it's the wrong color. Which means you have one shot to hit a wall and get it to bounce back in there. And look, it's like in the middle of the room. How am I supposed to do that with one shot? If I had 2, then I would waste one just hitting the wall and changing the color, and then use the other to just hit it in there. But these are always 1. Is that 2? No, it's just 1. Max, how are you gonna do this? It's right there. I gotta hit the wall in such a way that it bounces in there, but... it doesn't even show me what direction it would bounce if it hit them. Would that be okay? We're gonna find out. Probably not. I'm going with a definite no. Sveta failed. Anyway, we've got like 4 more floors and then some building to do. And we'll end up finishing this place up and get on to Chapter 6. It turns out the gun that I have actually doesn't upgrade until Chapter 6. When they said that this was the only one that they could level up at the Chapter 5, they meant it was the only one that had an enemy that was a part of that. The Rifle Wolf is the only enemy in the game that's used for stuff, for upgrading weapons, that's in Chapter 5. Everything else is 6 and 7. So we've still got another chapter before we can do super cool stuff. So I'm gonna work on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody. I'm gonna put a rope here. We're putting a rope here. Now I'm gonna slide down the rope. And probably do this like 4 more times.